Hey, welcome to X3, the show with one topic and three pundits. I'm John C. Dvorak. I'm here with Andrew Eisner and Joe Engo to discuss Chrome for Android won't support Flash. Adobe confirms, which is one of your stories. Why is this important?
Well, this is important because, I mean, this just really proves that Flash is dead. I mean,
in the mobile space. Before this?
No, this really reinforces it. I mean, you know, Adobe has dropped support for it officially, like they're not developing mobile Flash anymore, but it's really officially dead at this point.
Okay.
I mean, and it's just going to keep leaking out to the desktop as well. Flash has its days numbered, plain and simple. But the one thing that Flash still can do that HTML5
is not the same as dead.
Well, it's pretty close, though.
It's still running on, I mean, a lot of sites.
I just loaded Mint, Linux Mint or whatever. What is it called? It's a new version of Linux that comes off of, it's essentially a fork of Ubuntu that has proprietary stuff. And the big deal they're bragging about is it's got Flash.
All right.
In the browser.
Yay!
So this is the opposite trend.
Yeah.
You're just a negative Nelly.
Oh, I hate Flash though. But the one thing that Flash can do better than HTML5 still is audio. Audio is still a very serious problem. If you want to do any low latency audio for arcade games, you can't do it really in Flash. And plus the development kits just really don't exist yet. But now that Adobe's getting behind PhoneGap, I think that things are definitely going to be changing over the next couple of years.
The thing that I find most annoying about Flash recently is they have this little pop-up that says, do you want to give Flash access to more memory or something, you know, and then you have to allow or deny.
Well, Flash is a memory hog, so
it's always asking me for permission.
It is? I've never had that happen.
Really? Okay.
I have not had that happen either.
Maybe
what browser are you using?
Virus.
I mean, it happens on Chrome.
What are you using, IE6?
I use them all, yeah, except... So what about Chrome for Android, though? What's the big deal on that? I mean, they say it's fast and new and...
Well, the original browser that's on Android is pretty terrible. It just does not work very well.
So this is a big step up.
That's a pretty big step, but I think it's only ice cream sandwich, so
it is.
Most people really can't use it.
Yeah. Well...
You know, I've got the Android Nexus S, which is supposed to be upgraded to ice cream sandwich. There's no evidence of this. I read the reports. Oh, wait for they're going to tell you you're going to get. I know there's no upgrade.
Yeah, because you're at the mercy of the manufacturer, just like with every single Android device.
Yeah.
Really, and Apple is really you're not at the mercy of Apple when you own an iPhone. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I mean, I have an iPhone 4 at home, and
just
it runs
why
iOS
you're making
5.
This comparison out of
it runs iOS 5. There's one version of iOS 5 out there. Runs on all the devices that are the newest ones.
Yeah. So if they decide to split it off into different phones having different operating systems,
it's not going to happen because that's not how Apple does things. That's a Google way of doing it.
No, Apple does a lot of. They just cut you off.
Well, at a certain point, I mean, the iPhone 3GS. There's a rumor that that's going to be cut off. There was an announcement that was sent out this week to developers.
Well, you're at the mercy. You're at the mercy of the.
The iPhone 3GS is what, 4 years old, or not 3 years old? Like, it's ridiculously old at this point. It's a really slow, crappy device, but you can still run iOS 4 on it. It still runs it's iOS 4.
You know, my Android phone, I keep it in my pocket with my keys, has not got a scratch on it. It's over a year old. It's using
Gorilla Glass.
Gorilla Glass.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Well, there's rumors that the iPad or iPhone 5 is going to be using that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't with Steve Jobs around because if he was still around, because Gorilla Glass is not a perfectly flat surface.
I know, but I heard that this is something.
It's all it's like, oh my God, it's not flat as a pancake.
But I read that in the iPhone development cycle, at one point Steve said the phone has to be made out of glass, and they had to turn on a dime just because he wanted glass. And which is interesting from a couple of points, because one, who's the new Steve Jobs that's going to say, I want the new whatever TV to be 55 inches? There's nobody there now that's going to make these spur of the moment.
By committee.
Yeah.
No, not exactly.
Oh,
I mean, all the design is handled by Johnny Ive.
Right.
I mean, he has the final
Johnny
say.
Ive, he's loaded. He has no impetus to do anything.
But you know what I mean? Steve Jobs used to be this sort of dictator that came and said, I want it this way, and go back and make it happen. And they did. And
it would have taken 100 different case designs to find the right one for the MacBook Air.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But look
those days are over.
I think those days
are over.
Your days are numbered, my friend. You're doomed.
So is Flash, along with Flash.
Flash is dead.
Flash, both gone. All right, you've been watching X3.